we got Randy the man being first today.
Ha!
Let's see. I know we're a little bit early here. Madison said peace. Hello, Madison.
She's a turd. Either she's saying peace or she's saying she's second.
Annie says hi ho, peepo. Hello, Annie.
Hi ho, it's up your bum I'll go. I can't wait for the test to see.
What
Sorry,
is this?
starter bolts.
Oh, need to look up wheel studs.
Let me do that then.
Oh, I like my chair. I think Randy finally fixed my chair. Thank goodness.
Freaking
Carlo said, "What's up, y'all? Pops R3. Hello, Carlo."
Hello, Carlo.
Carlos says, hello, Madison. We already got 4 people in there. 8 thumbs up. Thank y'all. Madison says, hey, Carlo.
Are you wanting 1.5 inches?
What's
Well,
on it?
excuse me.
Stop.
Do you want 2.5 or 3 inch long?
Whatever stock is, about an inch longer.
Don't know how long stock is.
You got the smartest thing in your hand right there. What? What's that?
Motherfucker, you just tell me. Okay, 2.5 inch or longer is usually 1 inch or more than stock.
Okay, 2.5 then.
2.5 inch.
That's
okay.
what I said. Huh?
So I'm working on it, jackass.
Need 20 of them.
Fuck you. You're getting 5.
Man, everybody do go. Nobody gonna talk.
1 12 or 1.5.
How's everybody like this cold weather tonight or today? That sucks. That has got me. I was doing it just a minute ago. I had my little toboggan on. I was cold. I had this chair kicked back. Hazel says, puppy, he's outside, right outside that door. He done made me mad. We cleaned all this shop up and everything, and that dumb butt got into another box and had box and stuff tore everywhere. So I'm not letting him in. I'm not talking to him. I'm mad at him. Man says, I like the cold. I know you do. And I'm happy for you. You ought to be happy. But Lord have mercy.
They're $39 for a pack of 5.
Little Leon says, if God closed the door, try the knob. That's right. Hazel says, hello, ice cream man. Hello, yes. I like my ice cream. Carlos says, Madison, I think Papa Renzo got a bad batch of blood pressure medicine. Pills make him sick, so he stopped taking it, but his blood pressure is perfect without it. Your thoughts, Madison?
She's probably going to say something to the nature of, well, I'm not a doctor.
I don't know, but that's if you wait a minute, Carlo, I'm sure Jane will be here in a minute, and you know Jane. But I don't understand this kind of his blood pressure's good. Let's see. Ozzy said, Pops, I need that freaking train, man. Hurry up. Didn't you get it? I sent one to you.
Front door.
Oh, better see who that is.
Motherfucker, I'm looking up your stuff.
Well, I'm on what thing?
Oh my
I
god.
just said this flux kabob won't move itself. I know, right? Right there's the door.
Yeah, but here's the window.
Yeah, but he's barking. Somebody's there.
And a freaking Suburban. What the hell are they?
Let's see. Blake said, hey man, I suffer with depression. At 16, I cut myself. I need help. How do I stop? I'm bullied at school and by my mom, and what do I do? You're bullied at school and by your mom. What do you do? Man, I don't know. Kind of depends on exactly now.
I don't know what they're doing.
Huh?
I don't know what they're doing. They put it in reverse, and I scared the shit out of them whenever they saw me. Yes, they're turning around.
I don't know, buddy. That's let me catch up here, and maybe I'll touch base again. Said little Leon says I have a hole in my shoe, but it's okay. That's how I get my foot in. There you go. Matt says a lot of BP meds make people sick. Randy had the same issue with his. May have to try a different kind. Ozzy said, tell someone, Blake, about the bullies. Doris says, howdy from Russia. Hello. Matt said, but if he doesn't actually need it, then they need to reevaluate. Joseph said, but how in Christ Jesus, who sometimes were far off, made nigh by the blood of Christ. Okay. Blake says, just saying, need help.
What the hell are these people doing?
Carlos says, okay, that's thanks, Madison. Joseph said, trust Jesus Christ's blood payment at the cross for the eternal life exclusively. Thank you. We don't talk religion or politics or controversial subjects, but thank you. EFF says, your uncle molester. Okay, that's who you are.
Your uncle pounds your prostate.
Let's see. Joseph says, but the scripture concluded all under sin, that the promise by faith of Jesus Christ might be given to them that believes. Okay. Ozzy Randy, I need you to tell Pops to help with getting this freight train. Doris says, you like country, man? Yeah, I like all music. Maggie's got 666. Unless you're standing on your head, then it's 999. Doris said country music. I mean, that's what I thought you meant. But I like all kinds of music, but I do like country. Little and Four says peach cobbler is for winners. Maggie's got 3 devils. Annie says this week have been rough, man. Oh boy, I need a break. Yes. I do too. I need a break from this damn weather. Are they still out there?
No, they're
Oh. I need a break from, I need some sunshine. I can't stand this damn cold weather. Ozzy said, Randy, how many roller dogs can Pops eat in a minute?
too many.
Not many. Okay, Maggie, I don't know why you keep putting your 6s up there, but well, frown face, devil face, frown face, okay. Nick says, you're so chubby that Ed Sherwin could not even describe the shape of you. Oh, man, that's cool. I like being something somebody can't describe. Box fan said, what's up, gang, wanna bang, bang. Little and Four said, if it's cloudy, you can outshine the sun, Pops. You're right about that. My future's so bright, I gotta wear shades, but it's cold today. Box fan said, what's up, gang, wanna bang, bang. Ozzy said, Pops, how many roller dogs can Randy chow down? I would say 2. I don't know. I'm not much of a hot dog eater. Annie said, my kids got the flu and it's been chilly here too, mostly rainy though. That's what it's been today, rainy, and I drove all over hell and high water for a set of ramps. Wasn't the guy's fault. They were well worth the money. I just could not use them. I started to buy them anyway to have here at the shop, but I just don't have the extra money right now. Nick says, you're the planet and in Planet Fitness. I know, right? Little and Four said, shivering burns calories too. Well, I burnt some calories then. Also said, that's in those red top containers in the back. That's Skittles. The one all the way to the side is dog treats. Chris said that's enough from you, Four Eyes. Thank you, Chris. Gary says hello, NDP. Hugh says hello, Randy. Nick says COVID, aka the King Flu. Hugh says hello, R3. Hello, Gary. Mattis said hey, Hugh. Hugh says hello, Nick. And hello, Chris. Gary says hello, Gran. Andy says I still think my car is broke. You think it's broke? Oh, that's because it's doing that rap, that RX-8 stuff. Darius says, I live in Russia but grew up on American country music. Awesome. Hugh said, hello, Annie. Little and Four says, high and dry is overrated. No. FATM says, what's up, guys? Hello. Hugh says, hello, Ozzy. Hello, Maggie. Chris says, how long have you been a couple? He's been my son for going on 30 years.
Fucking idiot.
Nick says, you are reason they invented double doors. I know, right? Hugh says, hello, Joseph. Hello, Carlo. And hello, Russia. And he says, no, just flu type B. Hugh said, hello, Madison and Lowell. Roscoe says, hello, 50th Friday. What a day. Snow is melting. God bless. Little and Four says, favorite color on a classic Camaro. I like Marina Blue on the 69 Camaros. I don't even know if Marina Blue was there. I know it was in 66 for the Chevelles. But I like the Marina Blue on that type. And you can never go wrong with black. Hugh said, hit the like button, please. Yeah, we got 11 people, 12 thumbs up. Roscoe said, hey. Hugh says, hello, Lillian. Alaska, it says, hi, everybody. Hello. Isn't that Jacob?
Yeah.
Nick, smiling. And he says, and whomever said they are the seasons they invented double doors, you're the reason why the extra schooling after school.
You're the reason they invented Plan B.
Yeah. You said, I like quartz silver rare color on the 70s SS Chevelle. Nick said, no. Little and Four said, hey, Roscoe. Div Mag says hello. Nick says, I got like 5 Fs and I'm good. I don't give those Fs, but Div Mag says, how are things? It's going great. If it's any better, I'd have to set up my hands to keep from waving at everybody. Hugh said hello, Jacob. John said hi. Justin said, well. You study on driving, boy. Gracie said, you look like Carl Ferguson from the Up movie. And he said, their mother should have swallowed. Nick said, school is useless, man. I can see you feel that way. John Deere said, whoops, I forgot switch channel. Hi, everyone. Hello, John Deere. Hugh says, hello, Div, and hello, John. Kyle said, these guys could teach, though. They got the quick wittiness, LMAO. Little and Four said, my Super Duty needs a bath. Well, it should get one today. Hugh says, hello, Grace. Div Mag says, hello, Hugh. Nick said, where's Jay? She ain't come in yet. I am a little early. It's just now 6:03. Nick said, where's Jane? Yeah, I figured that's what. She'll be in here soon, I would figure. Annie says, hey, I do agree. These boys are smart. ABD, think fast. And think fast, I believe. We just try to keep it positive. Look at everything on a positive note. 1114 says best interior color, cleaner. I don't know. And he says, and yeah, I figured that out. Uh-oh, this thing's wobbling. I hope that's the bottom part wobbling.
If not, you're gonna hit the floor.
Well, I was saying it so you would look. Div Mag said, hi, Randy. Why are you not talking?
I'm looking for crap for Daddy, and now I gotta look at a chair.
He's got a shitty mood for some reason. And he says, God, I'm tired. Nick says, your port is wobbling, TF. Little and Four said, favorite tool, hammer. Power tools. Uh-oh, I forgot to unplug the air compressor. I must have forgot to unplug the air hose too. Mattis said, I'm the problem. Boston said, hi guys, have a great weekend. Hello, Boston Bill. And he said, it's because he still hates me, Yankees. Carlos got a bunch of emojis, and he says, AKA me. Now, brown cow. Little and Four said, do y'all like Jimmy Buffett? I don't even know. I've heard of his name quite often, but I don't even know what he sings. He's a singer, ain't he? Nick says, why is your IQ room temperature? What? Why is your IQ room temperature? I guess same reason yours is. I think your room's colder than mine, though. And it says, tell home to rough it up, Buttercup. The world hasn't ended yet. I know, right? Let's see. Little and Four said, shut up, Nick. Shut up, Nick, he said. Nick said, STFU. Well, y'all just have to work. Smitty, Warnberg, Jaggerman Jensen. He's only got one subscriber and one video, so he's probably a little upset. Nick said, what did I do? Oh, there's the camera again.
Jesus Christ. Looks like they're getting out. That's your buddy.
Yeah, go get it. Hurry up. Hurry up. Go get it. Go.
Suck it.
Let's see. You said, but still higher than yours apparently. You said, being a dick is one reason. And he said, big dogs bark. Little and Four said, don't squat with your spurs on. That's right. Nick said, no. You said, did you see that video I sent you? Yes. Pork Chop said, hey, buddies. You said, hello, Pork. 15 people, 15 thumbs up. Pork Chop says, howdy, Vic. Jane says, hi, all. There it is, Carlo. Jane's in here now. Nickel Pony said, hey, Pops, Mr. Unbreakable, all warm day in Texas, 81 here and standing right now. Man, I'd love to see 81. It's been cold here. See, Sofa 5 says, my mommy said I have to be nice and go and give people compliments, so I like your hair. Well, thank you. Let's see, Annie said he really is pissed today, isn't he? poor guy missed been a bad day. He was okay. I don't know what happened. He just got a little testy there all of a sudden. Jane said, hi, Nicole. Carlos says, hello, Jane. Jane says, hi, Carlo. Little M4 said, dirt track or not? I mean, I've never been to a dirt track race, but I like the asphalt and concrete for the burnouts. But we do plan on doing some dirt tracking here once we get the land cleared. Jane says, hi, Annie. Hugh says, I know it's a crazier build, but I figured it may give you guys some ideas. He wanted your channel too. Oh, really? I've got my ideas, that's for sure. I just got to figure it all out. I keep running into little hiccups, but it's life. Hugh says, hello, Jane. Jane says, hi, Pork Chops. Nickel Pony said, hey, Miss Jane. Jane said, hi, Hugh. Pork Chops said, howdy, Jane. Hugh said, hello, Nickel. Jane says, who got testy? Randy's a little bit on the bitchy side. Jane said, hi, Nick. Daniel said, happy Friday. Hi, people. Hello, Daniel. Nick says, why are you so mean? I didn't know I was. Jane says, hi, Daniel. Hugh says, hello, Daniel. For Little M4 says, trailer is coming along nicely. Thank you. I'm hoping to do a little, it's supposed to be prettier tomorrow. I'm hoping to do a little bit more work. I do have to put on a set of tires tomorrow, but I'm hoping we get on it tomorrow now. Jane said, who's mean? Nickel Pony said, hey, they're grand. And he said, hey, Jane, how are you, honey? Jane said, dirt track is more fun. You said, yeah, but it makes a lot less smoke. You says, how are you this evening? Jane says, I'm doing well, Annie. You said, dirt track don't smoke. That's right. Nick said, he exposed my identity. Yeah, I'll go check you out. You said, yes, the trailer is coming out nice. Carlos says, Jane, all of a sudden, Papa Renzi's blood pressure meds are making him sick, so he stopped taking it as blood pressure is perfect without. It may be a bad batch, or he doesn't need it anymore. Your thoughts? Little M4 said, sending y'all sunshine and warmth. Thank you, please. Maria says, emo Randy. Nick says, that's a federal crime. I'm going to sue. You said, thank you. After all of the liquid sunshine we've been getting, I'd be happy with a bit drier sunshine. You and me both, you. And he said, that's good, Jane. You said, hello, Maria. Ozzy said, Pops, how come you haven't been helping around the shop? What do you mean? Jane said, BRB. Maria says, nice black shirt. Well, thank you, Maria. It was next on the laundry stack. Funny you just asked about it. Nick says, it was stolen. Little M4 says, any advice for the first time buyer? What are you buying? Nick said, brr. Carlos says, hello, Maria. Maria says, hi, Carlo, Jane, and Hugh. Robert said, what's up with this time, Robert? It's Robert. Hello, Robert. Nick's got 8 balls, 4 of them. Hugh said, somebody hasn't seen the trailer video because you've been doing a lot. Lol. Maria says, how are you today? Kind of depressed. It's I got up this morning, I had to go do some laundry, and then I went and tried to buy some ramps so I could use my trailer tomorrow, and I couldn't use the ramps. So if I go tomorrow, I'm going to have to use the old trailer because I can't get the cars in this trailer. So with the weather being rainy and cold, I've just been bummed out. But it's life. It'll be all right. Robert said, where is Randy Jr.? We got a customer. He's went and given their tire, and he'll be right back. Carlos said, what's up, Hugh? Nick says, I have eight balls, TF. Maria said, you depressed? No way. Yeah, I don't like cold weather now. I'm telling you, it really gets me down. Little Enforced, I'm thinking of buying a new truck. Give advice. I only owned used until now. Uh, there's some nice vehicles out there, but I'm telling you, I'm a GMC and Chevrolet type person, but right now I don't know what to tell you to get. With you've got all kinds of different electronics. They all look nice. I, I mean, it would be preference of what you're wanting. To be honest with you, they all got their goods and bads. You said, "Wow, you're a master breeder, huh? Stay away from brand new." Maria said, "I think it's because of the black shirt." Robert says, "Then the new car. When the car show? I don't know." Nick says, "You're a master baiter." Hugh said, 5,800 for a tail light in the 2018 F-150 is crazy. Maria said, but you can be depressed in summer too. Yeah, but it don't happen near as much. See, Maria said, just eat ice cream. Yeah, I do need to eat some. Look at there. He even brought me one. God damn it, motherfucker.
You're welcome.
He's in a shitty mood, so he's trying to make everybody else in one. Damn it.
Call me a woman.
John Deere said, you're better off with old cars. See, Hugh said, they are charging drum money for all the electronics. Nickel Pony said, hard to believe time spring forward next weekend. Wish Texas would pick one and leave it alone. Yeah, I do too. I wish we'd spring up and leave it just like that. Hugh said, that brake fast. Let's see. Robert said, what I wear to the car show? I'd wear my t-shirt. It's going to be warm. John Deere said, look, Black Cat. Oh, wait a minute. That's Randy. Joking. Nick's got those 8 balls again. Maria said, what do you think of Challenger cars? I like them. I mean, I'm not much on, Dodge, but I do like them. I think if I was going to go that route, I would get the 300 Chrysler instead of the Challenger or the Charger. You said LOL. Little Enforced says, when was the first year for computer vehicles? He's thinking, I don't know right off the top of my head.
Chevrolet, if you want to talk about going away from carburetor to
Well, I know in '87 we went to Chevrolet went to fuel injection.
the TBI.
Well, they had the throttle body. I mean, it looked like a carburetor on the
TBI.
trucks. Was that what it's called?
Yeah.
So
And
I would
wasn't that on the
assume
square bodies too?
that was the
very
last end of it. Yeah, on the '87s you could get them square body.
Dude, will you sit still?
So I would say on the Chevrolet around '87, '88. Maria says they're kind of famous here. Everyone wants them. A lot of people like them. Nick said the guy in the red plaid shirt is a woman? Question mark. You said 1979 was a calculator type computer in GMs. 79?
I don't know.
Might be, I don't know. Control the electronic carbs. Okay. Robert said, what t-shirt? I wear to the car show. Ask Randy Jr.
Whichever one you want, buddy.
Hugh says, once more. GM had electronic carbs and you changed the computer prompts for your car. Oh, okay. TYMSKWKENF says that they are gay. Welcome to the channel. If you're coming out, everybody else give him a round of applause for coming out of the closet. Maria said, okay, little Randy, tell us why you are upset.
I don't feel good.
He don't feel good.
Suck my ass.
He don't feel good. Lillian Ford said, do you do rebuild from the ground up? Never have. Would like to, but we have not.
Can't afford it.
Maria says, did you see the photo I posted on the community page?
I did not.
I did not. We don't get notifications I just have to look at him every once in a while, but he'll look it up in a minute. We'll check it out. Robert says, I wear B. Little and Four said, my car's how shirt says Bigfoot doesn't believe in you either.
Maria, I do like that.
Robert said, did you order Robert a t-shirt, Never Done Projects? Maybe. John Deere said, don't worry, be happy everybody. I love that song. Yep, me too. You said I had a 1983 Caddy. It had to change the stinking prom so that car would work. It didn't have electric prom. Old junkyard, Ohio junkyard. Oh, that's like Faster Proms. That was what he done. He worked on those computers. I forgot about that.
The chips in his 93,
Yeah, the chips.
in his 93 or whatever year model Corvette his dad had.
Yeah. Nick says Randy Jr. looks like a woman and not a very pretty one.
Nope.
Chris says thank you.
The first production vehicle with electronic fuel injection appeared in 1957 to 1958, featuring the Bendix Electro Jetter or Jesser system, notably on the 1957 AMC Rambler Rebel and the 58 Chrysler Corporation models, the Chrysler 300D DeSoto Adventurers.
There you go.
Although they were unreliable, they marked the first, albeit brief, commercial option.
Wow. You said, lol, little John Deere R3, I hope you ain't got sick. I pray for you. Mattis said, shut up, Nick. Lilith Four said that was your first. What was your first car? 1977 Toyota Corolla. JS Son said, how does fried catfish, gator bites, cream of asparagus soup, and oyster ice cream soups cream sound? Nasty. Maria says, hi, Madison. Robert said, ask Randy Jr. how is Robert Yellow Jacket doing?
Very wet.
Madison said, hey, Maria. Hugh said, hello, Madison. Madison said, hey, Hugh. Hugh said, hey, had mechanical. I sectioned that worked way better. Maria says, I have blue nails now. Awesome. Hugh said, injections, dang phone. Maria said, my nails are better than yours. Okay. Didn't know it was a contest, but awesome. Grunt says, y'all ever take a poop so large that you are worried that it may have made you gay? Nope, never have. That sounds like a you problem.
They are demoing Braxton Craven.
Oh man, I don't even want to hear that. It makes me mad. Maria's dabbing. John Deere said my dad's GMC 87 was fuel injection. Yep, they had the option that year. Little and Four said my first car was a 77 Cameron 350 was awesome. Robert said, what time we leave for the car show? I got to look up the times. You said, Grandma, we just ordered a Galaxy S26 Ultra 512G for my birthday. I'm going to throw this one before I send it back. Maria's mad again. Vic says, oi, it's me. Hello, Vic.
Hello, Mike.
Maria says, okay, I'm hungry. Okay says hi, and Vic says, hey, chat. Raccoon Gamer says hi. Hugh says, hello, Vic. Maria says, come on, everyone, positive vibes. There you go, Maria. Be our cheerleader there. Whoop, whoop. Hugh says, hello, Raccoon. Beth says, hi. Oh, hello, Beth.
Hello.
Hugh says, hello, Beth. Maria says, when I'm sad, you're happy. When I'm happy, you're sad. I just said, I'm not sad right now. When I come in here and talk to y'all, I get to feeling better. So I'm glad you're happy. Little and Four says 77 Cameron. Mattis said, hey, Beth. Robert said, ask Randy Jr. to look up the time for the car show.
It's 6 p.m. to 11 p.m.
You says, hello, Mike, because I know the one right behind Beth. Little and Four says, my brother had a 71 VW Super Beetle. I win. Carlos says, hey, big Falcador.
My first vehicle was a 1970 C10.
Maria said, food makes me happy. I just had chocolate. Harry said, did you have any advice? I just got a girlfriend. Make yourself happy. If she can't go with that, leave her behind.
I'm going to be quiet on the advice.
Maria says, I love chocolate. Yep, chocolate's good. C. Mills said, been puking out my ass all afternoon. I hate it for you. Harry says, okay, thanks so much. Let Forrest says, my mama had a Vega. I want it. Yeah. Robert said, tell Randy Jr. I'll be ready for the car show. Don't forget to bring Robert a t-shirt, Never Done Project for the car show. Maria said, after you eat ice cream, you'll be happy. Yes. You said raincoats saved 18 years of grief. And he said, who is this Robert guy and what car show? Robert comes in here every day, talks to us. He likes a work shirt and our work coats, and we talk about going to a car show. Bria says, is the ice cream small or is it just your hands are big?
Yes.
Yes. Robert said, how's the shop, Randy Jr.? And he says, oh, dude, y'all get invited to that car show too? Yeah. Little Ford said my daddy had a Corvair van. It was awesome. Mike says, hi, Hugh. You got that right. Beth said, hi, Hugh and Madison. Mike said, hi, Randy's. Hello, Mike.
Hello, Mike.
Rita said, yes, what? And he says, that one Adam is going to. Oh, we're not going to that one. Hugh says, Mike. Carlos says, up, Mike. Barrett says, hello from Ohio. Little Forrest says, my dad also had an international scout. I still want one. I've always wanted one, but I don't know why. Maria said, BRB. Robert said, Randy Jr., can I come to the car show with you?
Sure.
And he says, then what car show? We don't know. We ain't figured it out yet. Mike said, Carlo. Little and Four says, what car show you talking about? One that's coming up. No, said, what car are you taking? Sorry. If we go, probably our Camaros. Robert said, what we do first at the car show? We look at the cars, Robert. We go walk around, look, talk to everybody. Madison said, hey, Mike. Mike says, hi, Madison. $24 people, 18 thumbs up. Robert says, who I with at the car show? We might let Annie walk around with you for a little bit. We'll start off all together and then we'll let Annie walk around with you a little bit. She'll show you the cars at the car show. Carlos said, everybody wants to steal my girl. Everybody wants to take her heart away. A couple million in the whole wide world, so find another one because she belongs to me. You said, That looks like an Eclair. That's what it is. Leland Ford said, if money wasn't an issue, what would you be driving? A 1969 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. Grand says, or Hugh says, Annie says, I know nothing about cars though, and I got kids. Switzler says, when you're done with that popsicle, you should throw it at the dude in the back. Okay. He's kind of in a pissy mood. He may throw it back a little harder.
I got a lot more to throw at you than you have to throw at me.
Robert said, with my t-shirt on Never Done Projects at the car show. Right, Randy Jr.?
Yep.
Mike said, I'm thinking there's a car show in Australia. Is that right, Carlo? Daniel said, cheers. Lillian Ford said, favorite car painter. You talking about?
I have no idea. I only know like 3 car painters, and I'm one of them.
Well, I've always liked Chip Foo's work. Garrett said, Daniel Berry, you are everywhere.
Yeah, he is.
Carlos said, yes, it's called Summer Gnats. Mike? Loa says, is your son moving out?
I sure would hope so.
I don't know. Robert said, can I see the shop, Randy?
I don't want to get up right now, Robert.
He's comfortable and in a shitty mood.
I might shit on you.
Hugh said, everyone can't be happy all the time. And he said, I don't know if me showing someone around would be a good idea. I think y'all would be just fine. Y'all just walk around and talk about the cars together. Hugh says, only happy some of the time. Robert said, throw it a little harder. That's what she said. Robert said, where's Justin? He's on his way to Charlotte to see his girlfriend. Got his first paycheck and he's burning the roads up to go see her.
Ignored by text for 3 hours.
Video Gamer says, how about I come up there? All right, come on. Mike says, Carlo, thumbs up with a smiley.
A big smiley.
20 people in here, 18 thumbs up. Yo, touch my likey button, please. Did he seem to like his tire?
Yeah, I told him I put it up to 80. And he said, I might back it down to 50. I said, then back it down to 50. I said, tire just calls for 80. He said, was that because it's a 10 ply?
Yep.
Yeah. This is part of why it holds more weight.
Yep. Let's see. Annie says, oh, so hot date for the kid? Yeah. Robert said, can I come up to see you? Yeah, sure. Annie, when you come this way, will you pick up Robert, please?
He's in Ohio.
He's in Ohio. Lillian Ford says spaghetti or lasagna. I love spaghetti. I would like spaghetti.
That's a close one.
I'll probably take spaghetti over lasagna. But I really like spaghetti with meatballs too. But it's got to have a lot of sauce. I like my sauce. Beth says, R3, did your optical nerve get transposed with your reticle nerve tonight? Yes. He's got a shitty outlook. Beth says, shit times 3? Yep. And he says, I'm in Kentucky, though. I think I'd be back tracking. I'd be all right. Just swing on over to the left a little bit. Robert said, where I sit in your office?
Well, there's 2 spots here. I can get up and sit in my chair. My chair has a booster seat in it. So, I mean, there's a few options. There's 2 other offices if you want.
Lillian Ford said biscuits and gravy or pancakes?
Biscuits
I
and
like
gravy.
pancakes.
Biscuits and gravy. F pancakes.
18 people, 20 thumbs up.
That's so happy.
Garrett says, I'm not for far from these guys. Hickory, yeah, Hickory ain't too
It's
far.
about an hour and 45 minutes from here.
Beth sent happy poop for 10 joules for shitty ass Randy back there. Blake says, I'm back and safe on the way to the mental hospital. All right. And he says, why do you have two offices?
Two other offices.
That's
Because
just,
this building's been added on to like 6 different times. This is the original office.
and they actually at one time there was like 3 businesses in this building.
Remember, there's 9 bays in this.
Yeah, there's 9 bays. It goes on, you know.
You could have the paint booth, the weld shop be one area. These 2 bays here be another. Then the 3 bays down there could be another. And you still got 2 bays left.
Robert said, I'll be ready for the car show, Randy.
Cool.
Leland Ford says sausage or bacon.
Sausage.
I like my sausage, but I like both, but I probably would go with sausage.
I don't like that.
Paul says, hey brother, so that means if I ever visit, I can have my own office? Sure.
You might not like the other 2 because they're colder.
You got to clean it first.
Yeah.
Garrett said 9 bays. That's huge. Yes, 8,000 square foot. And he says, stupid tomato. I like him. If I give you a sandwich, can you get Chris to fart on it?
I don't even know what
I don't know Chris, but now's not too good a time for anybody to be farting because you might not have a fart on it.
Yeah, if I fart, something might come
I'm
out.
fixing to switch out readers for a minute.
You mean switch out reader? I'm about to have to head to the shitter.
Well, you better hurry because I'm not far behind you. Use yours. Or come read and I'll use mine.
Annie wants to say, I don't know what you mean by bays. It's like the garage doors.
It's like a place for the car to go in. Lillian Forrest says, why in the hell do folks use ketchup on eggs? I don't know. I've seen people do it. Daryl says, tap, tap, double tap. Thank you.
Well, Justin completed a risky 69-mile drive, high speed of 84 miles per hour.
That's when that truck about run him off the road. He had to get out of the way.
Always has an excuse.
Let's see. Garrett says hot sauce on eggs is the best. And he says, I'm guessing garages. Yeah, kind of like
Look at that. You're not stupid.
Yeah, you know your way around life. Little and Four says hash brown or fried taters and onions. I'll take the hash browns.
Depends. Is it like actual like a hash brown, or is it like?
Tell him to quit putting so much thought into it. Just answer the question.
Jackass.
Tyson says, hello guys, happy Friday. And he said, oh, I was right. That's right. Okay.
Now time to mess with him.
Yeah, I'll be right back, everybody.
Somebody's gonna shit. Daryl says, how was y'all's day? Well, Dad said he did a lot of running around for really nothing. Thought we had some ramps for the semi-trailer. Turns out these ramps were not actually ramps. They were like things you drive on to go into a 4-post lift. So, needless to say, they didn't work out. So we drove an hour to get there and an hour back, so that was fun. I got rained on the entire freaking day at work, so yeah, that was fun. No, it wasn't. Fucking bullshit. Annie said, hey Mac, how are you, honey? Hazel said, doggo. Yeah, he over there, he ready for his nap. Madison said, hey Daryl. Tyson said, I'm taking a crap right now on the job site. Well, look, the boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I poop on company time. Lil Enforcer said, don't think, Randy. Just answer. I'm trying, buddy. I'm trying. Daryl said, I'm good. And said, Maddie. Annie said, good. Lil Enforcer said, are you dry now, buddy? Yeah, but I hadn't warmed up yet outside of that 5-mile ride from the restaurant back here where Daddy had the heat on about 4 out of 5. And I was sweating like I went to church. Daryl said, we drove to Cleveland and back today. I bet you're tired. Beth sent another happy poop for 10 joules. Thank you, Beth. Sorry, I have that shitty outlook on life right now. I'm about ready to go play in some traffic. But look, I have starter bolts. I ordered these for no other reason than it gave me same day delivery on my Amazon package. And then guess what? I forgot them at home that day. Little and Four said, feel the hot air Pops is putting out. I'm probably going to smell it in a minute. Madison said, you'd be warmer if you keep growing the beard. You know what? Just for you, I'm going to shave my beard. Daddy said, yes. With 3 exclamation points. I don't know what he's saying yes to. But I can hear me talking from his phone in the bathroom. Madison's going to hide the razor, surprise. And he said, I'll hoy your hobbies, Randy, LOL. We cab steal the kids' chalk and color the road. Yeah. Yeah. I got a couple things of chalk sitting around where Addie draws. Little and Four said don't shave. Well, look. I think I'm going to shave my hair. And I'm going to shave my beard just as a statement that I can do what I want. Annie said, what the hell? Annie, I have no idea. Because it says, I'll HOI dot your hobbies, Randy, LOL. We cab steal the kids' chalk and color the road. Madison said, I said don't make me regret buying you a new one. LOL. Tyson said, you look cold. I am a little cold. My left leg's getting a lot warmer than the right one right now. Madison sent a thumbs up. And he said, I meant to say I'll join you in the highway. Oh! Well, that is not what come out. But, that's fine. There's a few 18-wheelers. I got to tell y'all something. I felt a little bit bad for this yesterday. I was on my way home, here from work. And it is not even 15 minutes, and that's with me just barely going. I come out of work, I take a right, I'll go, I don't even know how many miles, I'll come to a stop sign, I'll cross Highway 8, and I'll go up, and the next road I come to on the right, I'll turn right. Come to that stop sign, turn right, turn left at the highway. I come across Highway 8 at the stop sign, and there's a truck, like a Chevy 3500 pulling a trailer backing into the driveway in the middle of the road. And so I stop and I wait on him. He gets out of the way. And I go around him. And I'm doing 40, 45, 50 mile an hour, somewhere in that neighborhood, 40 to 50 mile an hour. And it's a 55 zone. And I see coming up on my right-hand side, which, you know, that's the side of the road we drive on here in America, I see look like a Doberman dog. Didn't look that big. And he's standing in the ditch. So I'm like, you know, there's nobody coming. Let me try to move over a little bit. So I move over about straddling the yellow line. I said, well, as long as this dumbass dog doesn't try to just run out in front of me, I'm going to be okay. Do it like a deer and like I did a cow today. Bastard standing right there in the ditch. I'm going in the middle of the road. So, you know, I go this way or that way if I have to. All right. Well, I no more get to that dog. That dog takes 2 strides running alongside me, takes a hard left, and wants to try to bite my tire. And that little single cab truck goes, I felt bad for that. I really felt bad for that. But I wasn't going to wreck the truck, and I wasn't going to try to hurt myself to try to avoid hitting the dog. I said, golly, I hated to do that. Hugh said, LOL Madison. Little and Four said, fair enough. Our bodies are just a box. That's right. Mike at Lone Ranch Garage said, when I worked in a factory, I would take power naps in the stalls and hide from the bosses. Well, they say good workers are hard to find. That's why I hide. Hazel wants to know where Dad went. He is seeing a man about a dog. No, he's pooping. And he said, then I'll steal the kids' chalk and color the road like the old days. I wouldn't suggest coloring this road. They don't stop. Daryl said, boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I poop on company time. Exactly. Hugh said, nice, Mike. Beth said, beard shaving equals red hair. Madison. Whatever, at this point doesn't make a damn what I say. Hugh said, hello, Hazel. Madison said, absolutely, Beth. Whatever you want to do, woman. Hugh said, hit the like button, please. I would appreciate it. We're only showing 24 likes, but it is Friday. Carlos said, "You don't sound well, Junior. If I feel anything like I look, I probably look like shit." Daddy said, "Red is a nice color," and he spelled it like the European way. Daryl said, "Hugh, Mike, Beth, Big." Hugh said, "Hello, Daryl." Carlos said, "Sup, Daryl." Madison sent a bunch of red shit. Hugh said, "Oh man, that happened to me. I felt so bad, we can't help it." Well, that's kind of what I said. There was nothing I could do about it outside of risking wrecking the truck, and the ABS has gone out in the truck, and I have learned my lesson on slamming on brakes while it's raining. It does not turn out okay. So I figured it'd be like a deer. If you just keep on your straight path, the deer will not hit you. No. I hope that dog got a good bite. Cheetah Fire said hi. Hello, Cheetah. Lillian Force said natural selection, looking for a place to happen. I figured the dog was just trying to find an easy way out, and I gave him his way. Madison said Randall with a thumbs up. Daryl said BRB. And he said, "That's life, honey. Some creatures just aren't very smart. We call them never." Mike said, "Never claimed to be a good worker, just a good hider." You want your chair back?
What's up to you?
I'll give you your chair back. Will you give me my chair one?
Oh, you gonna keep reading?
I reckon.
Well, if it makes you feel better, let me help you out. I'll get it. Here. They don't care, just read.
Suck me. Ah. Hugh said, "My brother was training to drive a semi and was in the desert in the mountains and slammed on the brakes and thought his trainer was in the floor, wasn't wearing his net." Ooh. So, by the way, I told y'all, Pug, Parked Up Garage, Jonathan, gave me a piece of advice on how to fix the leaking axle seals on the semi-trailer. I bought them. I have them. Y'all, it's raining and it's cold, so I'm not going to change them right now. But I have those, and part of what we're going to do on the trailer, hopefully, is this runs for 12 volt, and I can have five things hooked to it to run off of 12 volts. So I might can run some 12 volt lights and a nice lithium ion battery underneath the trailer or something of that nature, and have it all go to a switch panel here. So, sneak peek into Randy has stupid ideas. Let's see here. And he said we call them retarded. As fuck. Hugh said he snapped on my brother because it was a herd of deer. He said, "Run them over. You could have killed us." Well, listen, if you're hauling semi-loads and you're loaded, you're what, 70, 80,000 pounds? I mean, you slam on...
How heavy the load is.
Well, yeah, no shit. Dumbass. It ain't worth it. Hit them. Ryan at VR6 Prodigy said, "Hey everyone." Hello, Ryan. Hope you're doing just swimmingly today. Lillian Forrest said, "Making spaghetti with a lunch lady spoon." Well, that sounds delicious. Ryan said, "Mike." Hugh said, "Hello, Ryan." Ryan said, "Randy and Randy." Madison said, "Hey, Ryan." Ryan said,
Ryan.
Ryan has a night switch panel as well. Hey, it's made in China, but it seems pretty nice. I like it. But again, 12
I might
volt.
put it in my car.
Yeah. Ryan said, "Hey, Madison, how are you?" Bitchy. And he said, "Oh, hey, is that
Sounds
VR6
like it's the
guy?"
other
I
way
can't
around.
remember his actual name. Andy, the VR6 guy is Ryan. And he said, "Sorry." Ryan said, "LOL, hi, Annie, I'm Ryan." Madison said, "I'm all right. How are you, Ryan?" Mike said, "I just bought one of them switch panels for the van, but it's green switches." Ha ha! Well, they say great minds think alike, so there's three of us. I chose the blue instead of the green. But if we do something we're thinking about doing on at least his car, something like this would be great to kick the fans on. Kick the power steering pump on, stuff like that. Ryan said, "I'm doing all right." Box fan said, "Sup gang gang, want to bang bang as long as I got socks on." And he said, "Ryan, I don't know if I remember that. Names, I suck with names. Sorry. Mike said, hi, Ryan. And he said, I'm glad you're doing good, though, Ryan. Ryan is doing as good can do. Ryan said, I'm okay. Most people call me a dick, so lol. What's up, Dick? That's short for Richard. Or for short dick. Itty bitty teeny weeny little short dick. Man. Mattis is laughing. Ryan said, exactly. What are you looking at? I will demonetize this chat. What? I will pinch the shit out of you and Kane will bite you instead.
What are you looking at me like that for? He's mad at you. I'm not.
Lillian Ford said, I bought a solenoid for my lawnmower. They gave me the wrong one. I made it work. I'm a girl, but I'm also my daddy's boy. Hey, there you go. I'm glad to hear you made it work. I hate they sent you the wrong one, but I'm glad you made it work. And he said, I wouldn't call you a dick. All I know is that you're Livia's friend. Ryan said, I'm in the most Jersey voice ever. My little Vienna sausage. I don't know if I can't do a Jersey voice. John Jones says, nuts to butts. Mike said 3 of us, Mo, Larry, and Curly. Kevin said, brother, forgive me. Well, Kevin, what did you do? What did thou do? Kevin said, brother, forgive me. Please, brother, forgive me. Well, it depends on what you did if I can forgive you or not. I can't just hand out pardons like that. And he said, bleh, Jersey boys. Ryan said, "Hello, I'm not from Jersey." Nah, Ryan is about 4 to 4.5, 5 hours northeast of us. He's not far from Virginia. John Jones sent that thing that people like in the bumhole. Ryan said, never been to that shithole either. No kidding. Maria said, forgive him. He just ate a salad. You should have seen Daddy's salad. Big bowl, ham, croutons, cheese, cucumbers, no tomatoes, lots of lettuce. And he said, oh wait, my husband's dad is from Jersey. Maria said, he knows you'll be mad. And I said, no way. Yeah, guess what? John Jones said Jersey is a shithole. Yeah, from what I've heard, yes. Ryan said, tell him I blame him for Snooki. Maria said, why didn't you show me? Didn't think I had to show you every meal we ate. Lillian Ford said,
him in this shitty mood,
suck the fart out of my bung Julio.
he ain't gonna do much of nothing but try to make everybody else in a shitty mood.
Yep. Lillian Ford said, Oklahoma makes fascinatingly gifted women. Fantastically gifted women. I'm going to guess you're in Oklahoma. John Jones says lots of... Nope. Kevin said, where is? He's right here. And he said, Snooki from Jersey Shore. Oh, Ryan said from Jersey Shore. Maria said, I showed him my sandwich yesterday. He should show me his salad. Okay. Mike said, y'all need about a 12-hour nap. Yep. Ryan said, Google Snooki won't snoo. That's from South Park. And he said, Johnny doesn't really talk to his dad or mom much. Maria's mad again. Lillian Ford said, Northeast Oklahoma, we are built different. Where is Oklahoma? It's up in the Midwest, ain't it? Alright, why am I looking up there like I can see it? Get up and show me where Oklahoma is.
Okay.
John Jones said, I wish we could deport all of New York City and Jersey. What about California? And he said, oh, I know what you're talking about. Careful, Annie, I think's in New York. Madison said, sounds like
not.
code words, Maria. Ryan said, it was from South Park with a laughing face. Annie said, I watched South Park. Houston Central. Ryan said, they did an episode where they made massive fun of Jersey Shore. Well, guess what? It was pretty damn accurate. GBP 24/7 said, hello, turtle. John Jones said, it's the state north of Texas, you uncultured goon. Well, excuse the fuck out of me, you prostate muncher. And he said, no, I live in Kentucky. Oh, okay. Ryan said, 2 episodes, LOL. Lillian Four said, I feel unimportant. Situation normal. Don't feel bad. I'm important when shit breaks and I gotta fix it. Maria said, he doesn't know where North Carolina. You want him to know where Oklahoma is. You know, she brings up a point. I can find North Carolina and Florida on the map, and Texas and California. Don't ask me much more than that. Annie said she is from New York. Got it.
Damn Yankees.
Maria said he can't find Asia unless he's asked Google. Really? Because I found Asia. It's the one with the giant China and Russia on it. Checkmate. Oh. Mike said next to me, Randy, just west of Missouri, adjoining states. Oh, ha. Thanks, Mike. See, Mike helps me. You don't. You know, there's a song about a pixie stick. Take you for a ride on my pixie stick. Hazel said, hello, Pops.
Hello.
John Jones said, I'm from New York to the real New York.
New York.
GBP said, oh man, flicking that pencil like a cig butt. It's not a pencil. It's a damn pixie stick. Hugh said, no child left behind failed. Oh, guess what? They should have left my ass behind several times over. And they lied to me. They said, you wouldn't have a calculator everywhere you go. Well, guess what, Miss Asshole? I have the world's smartest thing in my pocket. Yeah. And he said, like Boggy and everyone else in my family. Lillian Ford said, we'd still feed you and love you anyway. Well, look, we harbor no hatred. We'd gladly feed you if you come by. Maria said, only China and Russia. China, Russia, North Korea, South Korea, Vietnam, Japan. Where's that place with ladyboys? Thailand. I mean, I don't know all the countries in the world, but I know a handful. And he says, because I'm a damn Yankee. Look at that. You can feed them and send them to school and they learn. Greg and Gail said, pardon me, good sir, but to queef or not to queef is thy question. Whichever one you got to do. Listen, if you fart just right, it might go forward and then you got to fart it out again as a queef. GBP said, I snort pixie sticks for breakfast. Is it off of prostates? Because apparently people like my prostate comments. Raj of God said, it ain't smarter than my 11-year-old. To be fair, 11-year-olds are smart, some of them. Maria said, tacos or pizza? Pizza. Raj said, MF knows everything. Exactly. Listen, Maria, I know everything I want to know. And he said, why y'all like Boggy, but not me? I'm way nicer. Never said we don't like you. Trust me, I give Boggy every chance I get, I give him shit. Maria said, okay, you impressed me. See, I'm dumb, but not that dumb. Don't ask me for all the countries in Europe. I can probably name 10 of them. Maria said, no, you don't. No. I know everything I want to know. Not everything. And he said, why? Because him and his sister like to give us shit, and his sister likes to trip us up by typing weird in the chat. Raj should probably know more than you want to know about some things. Yeah. Oh, Madison retracted her message. Wimp. And he said, what he do? I don't even remember what he did. Lillian Ford said, I'm watching 7 deer out my kitchen window. I'm also cooking one too. Can't have too many. Just pew, get another one. GBP said, I prefer off of premium. I can't even pronounce that word, so. Cool. And he said, oh, so it's Olivia's fault. Exactly. See, you're getting it. Oh, did y'all know today, the 27th of February 2026, on the Nintendo Switch 2, and I think the Switch Lite, Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green has been re-released for $20 a copy? If I have $20 to my name, it takes $20 to make her holler. But if I can get my Switch Lite from Addy, I might start playing Pokemon Fire Red or Leaf Green again. Because
we got so much time.
I'll stay up all night, and then I'll still show up in the morning and piss you off. Pork Chop said, I smoked a little too much French cigarettes. I feel dizzy. Careful. Hugh said, that's why they are out your window. And they said, "What the? That was Joe." Maria said, "What is he doing?" "He's sucking or blowing on a pixie stick." I wish to God I was kidding you. GBP says premium or whatever says is gooch. Ha. There you go. And then said the fun strip between the balls and the bunghole.
That's called the taint.
It's also the gooch. It's also called the no-fly zone. And he said that's cool. Cool. Cray said now when a person asks how many states are in the United States and they say 7, now they're dumb. Unless there was 7 and well, no, there was always 13. There's 13 columns. Never mind.
There's always been 7. Even now, there's 7.
Yeah, I mean, technically they're not wrong. If I say 51 because, we wanted to annex Canada, does that make people mad? Maria's laughing. Lillian 4 said GTA 6 is giving a free pre-release copy if your baby is born 11/19/2026. Yeah, not happening. Maria said he's too old to think. My head hurts. And he said I played those too. They're fun still. I think that game would be more fun to play now than it would be to play the new ones. And my old copy of, I think it was Fire Red because I never really got far on Leaf Green. I think it messed up because they said there was a certain amount of copies that were sold. You could never battle the Elite Four no matter what you did. You could reset it, get all 8 badges again, get back, and you would never be allowed into the Elite Four. So I was never able to fully complete the game or even get to the post game. And that made me mad as a kid. It still makes me mad. Speaking of that, my Game Boy's here somewhere with Fire Red and Leaf Green. Madison said between the booty hole and the other parts. Okay. Maria said no, Canada is not a state. No, it's a country. Mike said little and 4, the deer are stalking you for cooking one of their offspring. There you go. Fifth River Rat said cops are only for the money, the pension, and the power trips that feed their ego. If you think that cops are only for the money, buddy, let me educate you on something. We don't get paid hardly shit. But that power trip, when you want to act like a jackass and I get to put you in handcuffs, oh, that is just beautiful. Rich said, how do? Rich?
21 people, 29 thumbs up.
It's good enough that I'm still alive. How are you today, Rich? Maria said, gosh, how I want to go to Canada. It's my dream country. Careful in Canada, if you speak out against the government, you'll get arrested. Hugh said, or a cousin, Mike. Lol. Maria said, Canada is cold 24/7, and then said, that's my home. Maria's going to be one of them people to live in Maine and happy it's cold. Pork Chop said, did you ever play?
Of it, just like tired of the sun.
Yep. Pork Chop said, did you ever play Left 4 Dead? I've never played that. Little and 4 said, favorite movie for y'all?
I like all kinds of movies. I don't have a favorite one.
Growing up, I think it was something like Iron Giant. Either that or Titanic. Just for no other reason than when they jumped off the back of the boat, they hit the propeller and went ding. Daryl said his burnout tires were delivered today. Did you decide on 14s, 13s, or 15s? And he said Olivia said that Pokemon was aging well until the Switch, the rest were gold. Yeah, X and Y wasn't the best, but I've definitely played worse. Hugh said nice. Daryl Cray said, so how many are in the contiguous United States that is? There's 50 states right now, but I mean, Hawaii and Alaska is not connected, and I don't claim California, California. So I mean, can we say 47 states? Hugh said, I like Call of Duty. I used to like Call of Duty. Now it's more kidified than Pokemon. And he said, and she said the fan ROMs were gold too. I've never played any, but they say that the ROMs were really good. Daryl said Radiator did too. I'm glad you got your 4-core. Miss Later said shout out my boy Mike. Maria said duh, just like Iraq. Little and 4 said Lone Wrench, I'm armed and willing to cook. Pork Chop said, hey, what's wrong with Maine? Nothing's wrong with Maine. It's just cold and small. Is it small because it's cold, or is it just cold because it's small?
Yes.
The Flipsters said, one time I ate my neighbor's popcorn. Fair enough. Mike said, hey, Rich. Daryl said 14-inch. All right. 14s are a lot easier to get a hold of than 13s. Mike said, talk yourself right into jail. Seen it many times. You hear a lot of that happening a lot. Hugh said, I don't watch movies. I watch YouTube videos trying to support a bunch of people. You know, I looked up on the phone tonight what movies are playing at AMC High Point, which is 20 minutes north of the house. Because, you know, I have some vouchers for a movie, and I said, you know, I didn't really feel like staying for the live tonight, and I felt like going to a movie until somebody wanted to be a turd munch. And the only one that I would take my kids to go see would be Zootopia 2, and it sold out. So I'm like, yep, not going to that one. I'll go in the middle of the week or something.
That's why you got in a shitty mood.
Yeah, because of
Randy
Madison.
didn't get what he wanted. Randy didn't get what he wanted.
You know what? I feel like you just sang like Olivia does every time.
Randy didn't get what he wanted, so he's gonna pitch a Fiat. And I'm gonna cry like a bitch.
Maria said, I speak bad about Iraq on Twitter, and I'm still not in jail, but if you speak bad about someone who works in the government, you might get killed. Well, if you start outing the government here secrets, hey, you might end up offing yourself. But, yeah.
I already got a bad analogy about what we
And
got
he
freedom of
says-
speech here.
Yeah, totally. And he said, I heard that the anime for X and Y was one of the biggest Pokemon animes to be made, then the game sold short. I've not watched the Pokemon anime since he left Sinnoh. Hugh said 14-inch is cheaper too. Yes. Daryl's got 8 of the burnout tires. Awesome. Yeah, those 15s, those 195 65 15s are, leave it. They're pretty inexpensive. They're substantially cheaper than the 18s we were running and substantially narrower. Canada Hoxie said, looking for some help, looking for a specific 3/8 bolt pattern for my 73 Bombardier snow machine, specifically for the track. Wrong place, buddy. I've never even seen a snow machine. Maria said, I saw Zootopia on our television. It was fantastic. I heard Zootopia 2 is supposed to be pretty good. For the animation, they made all the female characters thick, and they made that fox pretty, like, weirdly foxy. So, all I'm saying is, I'd watch it. Madison said, surprise, mad at me, what's new? Well, if you know what, it's a beautiful night. Maria said 8 out of 10. You know that reduces down to 4 out of 5? And he said, speaking of Olivia, where is she? She has gone static since last week. She was in here last night, wasn't she? Olivia?
I think so. I was thinking I couldn't.
Maria said, Madison, do you have any hobbies other than drawing? Getting on my damn nerves. Hugh said, Olivia was in my live last night. Maria said, Zootopia 2, yeah, I watch it. Well, I would like to watch it just because, you know, I watched the first one. It's like Inside Out. I watched Inside Out and I watched Inside Out 2, and I liked them both. Quite a good movie. And he said, Jeremy said, was either one of your fine gentlemen like to date my sister? She's 905 foot, and she was a runway model out of the airport. Let me give you Justin's number. Justin likes that kind of women. Daryl said she was here. Oh, I didn't know that. Canadian said the snow machine is 150 horse torques, 2-stage twin turbo with the 4.3 liter Bombardier engine on it. That sounds pretty awesome. Daryl says she rarely comes to mind. Well, she's Olivia. Madison said not really, don't have much time for anything else with the kids, the house, work, and dealing with this man. Oh, I'm a lot to deal with, let me tell y'all what. And he said, well, she hasn't talked to me. She texted me yesterday because she wanted to know what the phone holder was. So I sent her the link to this phone holder, which is for the iPad actually, and the phone holder y'all are on. Maria said, God help you. And Maria said, don't worry, Madison, I think he's in that time of the month. You know, women have that time of the month, men have that time of the day. Daryl said, so R3, you and Maddie following Vivo down or all riding together? We'll follow Vivo down. We'll take the Tahoe. That'll actually be nice so that if we need to, we can go in the Tahoe and go get groceries or something. That would be nice to do. And we got to figure out if we're going to have a fridge or if we're just going to go off of coolers. Because I mean, like a little mini fridge from RV would be fine. Because you know they run off of what, 12 volt? Because they go off the battery, don't they? And if we run it like a breaker box
Propane.
to cool it, seems like a lot of propane. Madison said always Maria. Maria said, yeah, I know you don't have cramps. I don't know if I type it right. Listen, do you know why women get yeast infections? Because they need to know what it's like to live with that irritating. Daryl said,
Just for information, everybody, I'm not in this argument.
Daryl said, rules said no grills. I never saw that rule.
We ain't got one anyway.
Yeah, we got a griddle. Well, I hope they didn't make that rule because of us.
Griddle or grill?
It says grills. Rules said no grills with a question mark.
Oh, I thought he was talking about on his car, but
I've not seen that. I'll have to go look at it. Madison said kids
We
gotta
took
gotta be in the car seats. Blackstone.
Blackstone last year.
Annie said she didn't say hi to you, Matt. Maria said what? Daryl said is he in here? She does sometimes. Annie said what time do you go live? Daryl's premieres at 8 p.m. We go live at 6 p.m. Daryl said no open flame. Oh yeah, we ain't got to worry about that.
Yeah,
Ours is encased in the griddle.
Yeah, they don't want you to have an open flame.
I'm pretty sure they come by and spoke to us when we were on the griddle last time. I offered them bacon. I think somebody. Well, I know the guy with the Corvette took some bacon. I think some like Summit Racing guys and all took bacon too. Because I cooked bacon, sausage, French toast, everything before the event.
Well, you know, the year that Jay's Diesel and all didn't come up and talk to us.
I wasn't there for that, remember?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, y'all were in Bristol. No, y'all were at the Freedom Factory.
Freedom Factory.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that. Maria said, bald man, bald man, you would say worse than that about women, don't play innocent. Oh, he's just being nice to his daughter-in-law.
I said I wasn't in this argument. I don't.
Madison said, never had a yeast infection, so wouldn't know. You know so much about women. No, y'all are annoying as shit. Can't live with them, can't live without them. Hugh said, uh-oh, no open flames. Don't throw no more rods. There's a rod. It's encased. Daryl said, I don't have one tonight. Oh, okay. I know you said something about not having one tonight. If you didn't know if you were going to be home or not. Hugh said, that's a rod. And he said, oh, that makes sense on why she doesn't stick in here. She is usually baked fully from her meds by 8. Daryl said, I'm just trying to plan my food, LOL. I know what you mean. Well, I think...
Well, we still taking the Blackstone.
If they tell me I can't have the Blackstone, I can't have the Blackstone. But I think what they're talking about is like a CAMPFIRESONG song. Like, you know, Campfire. CAMPFIRE.
Oh, my God.
It's a SpongeBob song.
Please give him his way, Madison.
I didn't even say anything to her about it. I just checked the damn movies. Some people can't help themselves.
God, little bitch.
I get it from my father.
I'll be damn. I know where you get that damn attitude from.
Careful. You're going to be in trouble. Daryl's laughing. Said, lol, 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 lol. We got 16 people, 30 thumbs up. I have a text message and a Facebook message. Oh, Steven said, be nice to replay them and I'll let you know if I get one. Okay. Beth sent me a message. Prostate muncher. Hugh's laughing. Annie said, y'all stop fighting with a... Is that like a Chinese face?
I'm not fighting. He's just in a bitch mood all of a sudden.
Suck my hairy ass. Braid my ass hairs with your tongue. Maria said, LOL, you're his dad for a reason. John Jones said, did you just try some gay shit? No, if you pinch somebody right inside their thigh, hurts like a bitch. Daryl said, sir, seen you're losing weight back there. It's just the black shirt.
It's just a black shirt.
John Jones said, that's racist. You want to see racist? go talk to the hood. Maria said, the ice cream didn't make you better. Stop saying mean stuff. Mean stuff. And he said, Randy, really? She Bizarre said, hey, geezer, sup? Maria said, positive vibes.
Yes.
Hold on. Nope, didn't work. Ryan's laughing, and then Daryl said, Ryan! Ryan said, hey, Daryl. Madison said, lol. Randall and positive are opposites. That's why we attract each other. You ain't very positive, but we attract. John Jones said, I've never tried to pinch the inside of another man's thigh. Where I come from, that's called gay shit. Listen, all I'm saying is I got socks on, so it ain't gay. Madison said, not a positive bone in the body. I got a positive rod sideways in my ass. It ain't working, though.
I think it's a ground strap. Because you sure are negative.
Suck me. Maria said, if I said those stuff, everyone gonna hate Maria, but nobody say anything because Randy is bald. No shit. Oh, somebody's sending something in a different language. Hold on, let me translate to English. Hamoudi, I don't know how to say that correctly, said, where is Maria? Maria is at 95I. She is here. She's in Iraq. Hugh said, poor man is swinging along tonight. Nothing comment said, sideways in my ass. I literally have a rod holding my hips together. So I call it, a man put me to sleep one day, and I woke up and he shoved a rod sideways up my ass.
It didn't go up his ass. He just
no, it just went through my hip.
Side.
Yeah, it went like right here. I have the scar to prove it. Maria said, I'm Maria. Hugh said, translate. That's cool. Well, I love that on the computer. And actually on the phone, I have it set on the chat, which you have to check it if you're not careful. If you're just reading it off of your chat on your phone or whatever device you're on, it will just show you top chat. But you can set it to auto-translate even on the cell phone, the one that we're recording on. And it will automatically translate. Like if I sit there and read the phone, I'd never know anybody did it, but I know I'm translating on here. Boggy said, oh, did someone's Chevy finally clock out? Did somebody's Chevy clock out? Madison said, hey, Boggy. Hugh said, hello, Boggy. Daryl said, Boggy. Nothing comment said, party animal. I'm a party pooper. Hugh said, that's right. You have a stick sideways for sure. That's right. Boggy said, yo, people. Madison said, see, butt stuff didn't make you better. Oh. I don't know.
Woo!
Half hawk, half
you
man.
You just say that made you smile, though.
Half hawk, half man said, y'all sound country as cornbread. Don't hate on cornbread. Cornbread in a nice cast iron skillet.
Don't hate on country either.
Because country is as country does.
I was country before country was cool.
Ham said, please translate. Yeah. If I don't translate it, I promise I will not be able to read what you're typing. Hugh said, rolling on the floor, laughing my F&A off Madison. Maria said, how did you get videos if I deleted them? And then they said, I saw them a while ago. Boggy said, sorry, gods. I was the one that stuck the rod up him sideways. I think I would have remembered if it was you. I've seen a picture of you. Actually, I don't remember what the doctor looks like. Remember, there was a female anesthesiologist. She knew my father-in-law. Maria said, okay. Hugh said, rolling on the floor, laughing my F&A off Boggy. Boggy said, cornbread. I love cornbread.
That's
Ham
the guy
said,
you work with, ain't it?
What?
That's the guy Boggy works with, ain't it?
I think so.
They're kin for something.
Mm-hmm. Ham said, why did you delete them? What did you stop promoting them to? Boggy said, you was asleep. That's right. Maria said, I don't know. I might restore them because I hid them. I didn't delete them completely. Maria has a lot going on in life. She asked if we would be upset if she stopped posting about it, and I told her absolutely not. If she has a lot going on in life and this is something that's causing extra stress, please do not let us stress you out. By all means, stop posting it.
Yes, I mean, we don't want to put a burden on anybody.
So,
we appreciate it, but it's
I
not
still think
expected.
she's the self-proclaimed biggest fan of Never Done Projects.
We got the biggest fan and the littlest fan.
Yep, but we harbor no bad feelings about her hiding the videos because, like I said, she has a lot going on, and she said she just doesn't want the attention.
Well, I hadn't been on. I didn't know she hit them.
She said she did.
Oh.
Mike said, hi, Boggy. Half hawk, half tuna. Or half man. Said, is cornbread best with honey and bowl of hot chili? Never had it with honey. But it's really good in a bowl of nice milk.
Yuck.
That is delicious.
I wouldn't eat cornbread if it was in milk. I'd have to be starving to death.
You better starve to death, man.
That's
It is pretty
nasty
good.
as shit.
Hugh said, that's assault. Boggy said, yes, sir, cornbread is my G. Maria said, he's asking about my TikTok videos that I used to make. That's kind of what I figured he was talking about. Maria said, in all caps, yes, I am the biggest fan. Hugh said, Maria has school and everything going on. She is doing a lot. Exactly. Ham said, why are you moody? Did you hide them? Maria said, any mood. I don't think it's translating that correctly. Boggy said, who's the littlest fan? My daughter, my youngest one. It's her license plate on the back of her little UFO. Ham, I'm not going to be able to read that unless it's Meatloaf. Daryl said, Boggy, Tyler sent me a car for sale for you. Uh-oh.
19 people, 32 thumbs up.
Just so everybody knows, tomorrow's video is going to be Dad doing a briefing. We recorded nothing today.
Well, if he didn't speed up one of the videos 9,000 miles an hour, we would have had enough for today.
I turned 3 hours of recording into an hour-long video.
And he could have had 3 days of videos. Do not throw it, you'll break it.
And I'll
Read
return it.
comments.
Daryl said, I'll text it when my upload is done. Maria said, yeah, it doesn't translate correctly because we're talking in Iraqi. Well, that's the only thing about translation. Google Translate is not always 100% accurate. It does not matter what language it is. Ham said, it's a shame you're hiding them and hiding your lover.
You
This
really
green
ought
eye.
to translate. You really ought to type in English so we could read it.
Half hawk, half man said, I'll donate $100 right now to a charity that benefits working class poor families for everyone who types $100 in the next 30 seconds go.
If he said he would donate to us, I'd type $100.
Well, I don't know a benefit or a charity that benefits working class poor families.
Oh.
All the charities I know benefit the people that work there, the higher ups, and that's about it. Ryan said, donate to me. I need it, LOL. Half Hawk said, come on, y'all. Well, it's been 30 seconds. Maria said, he said, I'm moody because I deleted them. Well,
Oh.
you got a lot going on. Ryan said, all right, Maria, I have a question for you. Roscoe said, $100. Then Boggy said, what? Wait, what picture did you see of me? Don't worry about the one I saw. Saw the one at you at the scary place. Carlo said, $100. Fat Man Little World said, do y'all kiss? No, but I know you kiss your uncle's prostate from the inside of his asshole.
I've kissed him many times. He's my son.
Roscoe
dipshit.
said, donate to the charity owners. Bub sub. Yeah, boo sub. I don't know if that's translating to something different, Roscoe. I got it on Translate tonight. Maria said, okay, Ryan. Roscoe said, new SUV. Yeah. Yeah, look, you're donating for their third vacation house and their second private jet. Boggy said, oh, yeah, the Ryan said, are you familiar with lymphomina? Ryan, I know we've said the word together. You told me the word, but I cannot pronounce the word by reading it. By chance. Half Hawk said the charity is called the Jesus Tree. I'll extend it to another 60 seconds. Boggy said Dead Man's Farm. Okay, yeah, that's the place. Ham said, ew. Half Hawk said, come on, y'all. Maria
You
said,
got 3 100s right there.
yeah. I mean, post a receipt of the donation of 300 doll hairs in our community page. Otherwise, no balls.
No balls!
Maria said, what, Ryan? I don't understand. Ryan said, it's a medical condition, excess water in the limbs. Hawk said 30 seconds left. Look, there's another 100. John Deere Faith Turbo, a.k.a. Jacobson, and 100. So that's $400 you need to donate.
No, not there.
That's what I just said.
More? Who's under?
That's Maria. She said
Oh.
no.
Oh, I thought it said 100. Sorry.
Yeah, Maria's not familiar with it. Ryan said, wasn't sure if you'd come across it in your studies. Follow Kevin said, how long have you two gentlemen been married? About as long as you and your uncle been fucking. Maria said, Ryan, I'm not a real doctor. Half Hawk said $400 so far. Ryan said, oh, lol. Maria said, wait, I'm going to search about it. Half Hawk said, I'm a man of my word. On God. Well, I definitely don't trust you. Now, that's like if you would have said trust. Ryan said, I was about to ask what your country's doctors were telling patients. Jace is here. Hello, Jace.
Hey, Jace.
I'll try to clean up my English now. We have an underage individual here. Boggy said, man, they has an actress there, and dang, she was fine. Okay, her to see her at Rod Run every spring. Boggy's probably into them goth girls and pegging. I bet you Boggy likes being pegged.
Thought you was gonna clean it up. But
He might not know what that means. I'm kind of hoping he
sure
doesn't.
he does.
Don't Google it. Oh, and it's cookies. I forgot.
Who?
Chase.
Oh.
They just reminded me. They said, I'm Cookies, don't forget. And then said hi. Hello, Cookies.
Hello,
Boggy
Cookies.
said,
How
what?
are you?
I was told not to say it again, Boggy. But it's a P, egg, ing. Rawr. Boggy said, what you say? Nothing, dear. Cray said, these people don't know your father and son. What's wrong with them? Well, you see, if you focus on the fact that you just bought a new car, a new red car, you're going to see a red car everywhere in the same make and model. All right? You're going to see that because that's what's on your mind. So they got gay crap on their mind, so they come in here and they see it. Maria said, unfortunately, Ryan, we don't study those kinds of stuff. Cookie said, I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Not a problem. Ryan said, I understand. No worries. Thank you for checking. Maria said, you can ask Jane. That's a good person to ask. She was probably the one who discovered it, right? Wait a second. Is it what was it? Hold on. Lymphedema. Gotcha. Boggy said, hey, at least she ain't a bunny this time. She plays hard to get, though. Get her, Tiger. Maria said, I'm excited. I'm going to study anatomy next term. Well, this is a hand, this is a forearm, this is an upper arm, and that's the shoulder. I just saved you 6 months. Cookie said, bro, I like the R34. Oh, the GTR, Skyline GTR, R34, whatever the hell it's called. They're pretty nice. Ryan said, I got told I have it today. Uh-oh. Huggy Bear 2228 said, what is your channel about? Our day-to-day life. Every video is what we do every day, and we post a video every day. We have a heavy automotive focus because we have 23 vehicles here. And honestly, what it's turning into is showing that you don't have to be some big baller, big shot caller to do the stuff that we're doing. We show that even a regular person can do this YouTube thing and show that, you know, you don't have to have a $200,000 car to go have fun. I mean, but mostly we're just sharing our day-to-day life with you, showing what we were doing before we ever started the cameras. Ryan said, so I have to start compression. Well, careful. Too much compression could lead to a hole in the block. Maria said, they say it's hard but fun to study. Half Hawk said, what do you call that automated manufacturing tool controlled by software which translates digital 3D or 2D designs into precise, high-speed movements for laser cutting? CNC. Ryan said, this channel is about friends and family. Hey, I like that even better. We have made or acquired a following, a group of people who have become more than just internet strangers. They have become family members and friends. I wouldn't trade the people we have on this for anything else. Boggy said, they're all right. Good racers, but I don't want one. Cray said, what engine is in that Firebird I saw you in? The Camaros we have is the LT1, Gen 2 LT1, so the 5.7 350 with reverse flow cooling and the OptiSpark. So it's just small block Chevy 350. Half Hawk said the Nissan Skyline GTR R34 is a legendary Japanese performance car produced from 1999 to 2002, comma. Hey, you forgot on your copy and paste to get rid of the comma. Cookie said, and the Subaru WRX STI hatchback. Well, now you're talking Boggy's language. Boggy said his crackhead sister had a R32 too. Robert said, how's traveling? I don't travel. I'm not allowed to get out much. Boggy said, has not had. She almost sold it yesterday. Almost. Dang. Ryan said, anatomy gives me the willies. I'm not squeamish in emergencies, but the insides of a body ain't my thing. I have literally poured a fat man's guts back into his belly. So, that stuff doesn't really freak me out as bad as it used to. D's said, don't move. Baltimore behind you. Ryan said, hey, Boggy. Maria said, I think I'll make a meme about your dad wearing black. If it makes you happy, do it. Boggy said, yo, Ryan. Cookie said, the R34 is also in the Fast and Furious Brian's car. Yep. Half Hawk said, I want to buy a CNC. What's the best one for hobby use? No idea. Daryl said, well, Tyler got her bug today. Cool.
Ryan said to them.
What?
Ain't that what she does?
Oh! I mean, how much you want to spend? BODAR. Bodar.
She's been here.
Yeah,
she's
Yang. They're a Chinese product, but they do a lot of stuff for the NASCAR teams down in Mooresville. They're electric.
I don't know if they've got home stuff, but
I know they ain't cheap. But
she has been here. We have helped her out. She even come back. She said she's coming back when she comes back.
She said something about if she had time, she'd come here for Valentine's Day, but I'm pretty sure she was busy. Let's see here. Ryan said dude's belly would have stayed on the ground, LOL. Yeah, he was on a motorcycle. I can send you the video. Not of me putting him back together, but of the wreck. He was coming down South Main Street in High Point and smacked the side of an SUV. Turns out the man who was driving the SUV, his name was Randy. He was the owner of the strip club. And, yeah, he didn't make it. Daryl said, Boggy sent you a text. Ryan said, I'd have been outie. I was one of the first ones. Well, I think it was me and my old beat partner. We were the first ones there. Half Hawk said, I was trying to impress you with my knowledge, but the accidental cut and paste comma gave me away. Listen, it's really easy to read a Windows sticker, and it's really easy to copy and paste from Google. But I'm more impressed with the fact if you would have told me you did not know, than you copy and pasting. But now you know.
About this channel. Everybody does their own thing, but we can't stand to be lied to. We would much rather people be straight up with us.
Cray said your dog sleeps a lot. Well, he's a Great Dane. He's lazy. But he does love to play. Darren Conley said, hello, Carolina boys from West Virginia. Well, hello. You know, we got West Virginia and Virginia. Why isn't it West Virginia and East Virginia? Like, you got North Carolina and Bad Carolina. Cookie said, and Vin Diesel is Dom in Fast and Furious and drives a 1970 Dodge Charger RT. Yes, he does. Half Hawk said, if your dad was born in 1970, that means your grandparents were doing the wild thing in 1969. Joke's on you, he was born in 69. They were doing it in 68. You know what comes after 69? Ryan said, I heard the governor of West Virginia's house burned down. Supposedly, it was a total loss. Only the wheels were left over. And then said, just kidding. How many likes we got? 39 likes. With 21 people. What are you looking for? West Virginia?
I'm just curious.
It's to the left of Virginia. And Virginia is above us. Da-dum-ch. Dum-da-dum-dum-dum. Good. Cookie gave a like. Well, thank you, Cookie. That put us to 40. It might be hard pressed, but we might make it to 50 tonight. Oh, this thing's called Nightlight. What?
Well, I was just trying to look, because, I don't know anything about this. But the question you asked, if north and south, is Virginia, West Virginia this way?
No, Virginia's right above us.
This?
Yes.
Where's west?
To the west.
Over here?
You see that purple tin?
Over there?
I think that's West Virginia.
And this is Virginia?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, that's why. This is east and west. This
Why
is
is it
north and south.
why is it the state above Virginia, North Virginia, and that's South Virginia?
Because it's going east and west.
Why does it matter?
Because that's what it is.
Why does it matter?
Good God, man. I understand, Madison.
Half Hawk said, if I remember correctly, the last time that I was somebody's type was when I was donating blood at the blood drive. No kidding. Did you know those pictures we used to take as kids in school? Apparently they made it to some island man's plethora. So if you're ever sad because nobody wants you, just remember, neither did he. Ryan said, Hawk, that's pretty funny. Jane's back. Welcome back, Jane. Ryan said, hey, Jane. Jane said, hi, Ryan. Jane said, hi, Half.
Hello.
Hawk said, almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Sherdonka River. Life is old there. Older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. You're really good at copy and pasting. Or ChatGPT just told you something. Cookie said, hi, Jane. Jane said, kids stopped up. That was nice of them.
Y'all remember what he just said about pinching somebody inside the thigh?
Leave my weenus
It
alone.
hurts real bad right there, too. And see, I didn't do it, but I just want y'all to know, I could be an ass like he's trying to be to everybody.
You are an ass. Maria said, okay, I just finished it. Madison said, hey, Jane. Cookie said, how you doing today, Jane? Ryan said, hey, Jane, Maria says I should ask you if you know about lymphedema. Or, no. Lymphedema. Maria said, do you want me to post it in the community page? If you want to, you don't have to. But if you want to, you can. Speaking of that, let me go over here to community. Viewer posts, and we're going to sort by the newest. Apply, so I can show Dad your meme.
Oh, wow.
Nope. Hold on.
I like that.
There we go. I showed him what you put on the community page, Maria. Cray said it's a John Denver song. Oh, okay. Jane said, hi, Maria. Hi, Maddie.
Can we
Half
get
Hawk.
that and we can post that as a short?
Sure we could.
I think it'd be cool.
Half Hawk said, I actually have friends despite of myself. Well, I'm glad you have friends. Our friends are all on the internet. Maria said, okay. Ryan said, Hawk, you are welcome to be friends with us. Yes, you are. Jane said, I know about lymphedema. Get my number from R3. Hang on, I'll send you your number. Hold on.
Maria says LOL. Maria says, okay, I'll post the new one. Jane says, hi, Cray. It's just a Ray. I think that's what it is. Say, hey, and hello. Happy Friday, and I hope you guys are having an awesome and nice day. It was cold and rainy, but I'm a lot better mood now.
I got rained on all
Talking
day
to
at
y'all.
work. It was bullcrap.
Elevator said, happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Ryan, I just sent you Jane's number. Ryan said, I have it. I was told today I am in the beginning stages where compression and elevation plus walking should still help. Well, Ryan, if you ever need a walking buddy, I'll make a journey up there to come visit you. Boggy said, back, what did I miss? I don't even remember. Fish memory. Jane said, hi, Dara. And hi, Boggy. Hawk said, I'm no stranger to paranormal activity. I'm often getting ghosted. Darren said, well, the reason is Virginia was already a state, and we became a state in 1862 to join the Union. Since being west of Virginia, we became West Virginia. Actually, we wanted to be West Brianna in the 1700s. Oh,
So,
well, look at that. You just
Your
educated me.
daddy's not quite as stupid as you think. Oh, shit.
It says, sorry for being emo.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
You even got the septum piercing. Well, Darren, I appreciate you sharing that little bit of knowledge with us. Maria said, okay, go see it. I saw it. It's funny. Ryan said, I texted her. Careful. She's kind of old, so she takes a minute to text back. Boggy said, Facebook just hates me. Barry said, what's up, my biscuits? What's up, my gravy?
Barry?
Half Hawk said, hey, bros, how can I face my problem when my problem is my face?
Turn around.
Paper bag. Plastic surgery. Makeup.
You ever seen a dog chase his tail?
Yep. It's just Darius said hi and hello Jane. How are you today? How was your day? Ryan said I'm always in Facebook jail. I wonder why. You Richard. Darren said welcome. Look, I'm all for being educated. I'm man enough to admit I don't know everything. Maria said if you wear a black shirt one day, I'll make you the same. I wore a black shirt the other day and you didn't say nothing about it. Half Hawk said, they say money talks, but all mine says is goodbye. You got money?
Well, they say money talks, bullshit walks. See you.
No wonder I walk so much. Ryan's laughing. I feel like I should have my glasses on reading like this. This is not helping my head. Jane said, my day was great. Thank you. I'm glad you had a great day. Your weather's drunk again and it's in my yard. Come get it. You know, they say if you don't like the weather in North Carolina, wait 5 minutes. I waited 5 minutes and it was still damn raining. Boggy said, I wish I knew everything. I could stop this berating of questions Aiden asks me. Kids are a wealth of knowledge and they're a sponge for information. And to them, you know everything. Maria said, sorry, I was too distracted by my messy desk and your dad bald. There's literally an apple peeler, peanut butter, and a box. And like 3 things on the desk that's not part of the show. It's impossible, please. I'll start calling you Madison. It's just Darius said, I like your olive green shirt. Can I please borrow it? Hell, you can have it. I went to Tractor Supply yesterday and they had a sale on them. It was like 2 for $8 or like 1 was like 6 or something like that. So I bought 2. I bought a red one and a green one. Half said the only abs I have are abnormalities. You know, I might not put that smile on your face, but I can put the what the fuck wrinkles on your head. Darren said, I only that because of 8th grade West Virginia history. I'm sure you boys know everything about North Carolina as well.
No.
You know, Charlotte, North Carolina is the backup stock exchange. And if a nuclear war ever happened, North Carolina would actually be a quite high priority for nuclear attacks. I think we have 4 nuclear power plants in North Carolina. Our chief exporter is pigs. That's about all I know about North. Jane said, what was it I said about donating blood? They wanted to know where I got it. Why was it in the bucket? Listen, don't worry about it. Y'all just wanted blood and I'm giving it to you. Boggy said, oh, hey, Annie. Half Hawk said, people call me an alcoholic whenever I drink alcohol. Whenever I drink Fanta, people never call me fantastic. You know, I forgot how it went. Never mind. Annie said, I've been here, shithead. Maria said, give us blood. She's a vampiric alien. Boggy said, my bad. Sorry you're so quiet. She wanted to see if you were going to speak to her first. She said, I don't speak unless spoken to. Let's see, can we see who's on the participants tonight? Who's watching? Let's see here. I guess Madison ain't in here anymore. Boggy said, my bad. Sorry you're so quiet. Maria said, I need to practice on taking blood injections. They're not that bad. Jane said, Annie, quiet. Boggy said, apparently. Maria said, blood now! Look, I ripped off a chunk of my skin the other day and smashed my fingers, made the insides outsides. It's just Darius. It doesn't snow in Charlotte, North Carolina.
I'm here.
Yeah, see, now she's showing in here.
Well, she must have been in there.
You kick a dog, it'll bark. I just want to see if she was still in here.
That's right, but it don't show then.
Yep, there she is. She just had to refresh the screen. Yes, it does snow in Charlotte, Derry. Snow's really everywhere in North Carolina. Madison said, I'm here listening to you talk shit. Well, it's better than me shitting myself. Half Hawk said, I've been single ever since I mingled.
That's what you get.
Yep. Jane said, I'm tired of being human. I'm going to go lay on the floor and pretend I'm a curb. Or crumb. Not a curb, a crumb.
I thought she was going to say alien.
And he said, that's how it goes in public. Don't speak to someone unless they speak to you first.
That's right.
Yeah, just like you don't turn your high beams off unless another jackass turns theirs off.
I used to wave at people and stuff, and I got tired of it. So if people speak, I do. If they don't, I don't. I don't care.
Yep. Jack Russell come into the chat again, talking about some gay shit him and his uncle do. I bet you eat your uncle's prostate straight out of his asshole.
Thought we was going to keep the chat clean.
Cookies isn't talking. And he said, felt. Maria's laughing and said, I'm not tired of being alien. There you go. Jane said, Jack, you always say that. Think of something else. Yeah, I mean, at least be creative. MT said, Camaro keeps coming. Hey, he did a little burnout in it last night. He said, I must not have put the wheels on right because it went,
It bounced a little bit.
Well, yeah, because it tried to grab traction, then it didn't. So it started to push the car and it didn't. So the springs bounced. Gosh, I put them on right. Maria said, living in the space is awesome, away from human drama.
I wish somebody would take me to space one time.
Give you some psychedelic mushrooms.
No, then I get drug tested and I fail. No, I'm not doing that.
All I'm saying is they missed their chance to
You
fire
really
me
need
by
to
drug
straighten up
testing.
your damn mustache. That looks like shit.
I'll shave it off tonight.
You missed it. Did you trim it, or is it just going out like you're twisting it?
It does that. Like all through here, it grows really long and it starts to come in.
Well, you know you can take the razor and take the thing off. Just go.
I do. I have a new razor now that apparently Madison's going to hide because I'm going to shave my beard and head.
You're not going to.
I'm going to shave my eyebrows
You ain't
off.
going to. Shit.
Let's see here. Half Hawk said, I'm actually a very hard-working person. Almost everything becomes harder when I'm the one working on it. My boss asked me today if I'm working hard or hardly working. I said, boss, I'm working while I'm hard. You might not want to talk to me. He walked away. Boggy said, no, it's take the Chevelle and turn it into a heifer. Okay. Jack Russell said, I bounced on the chair like with experience. I bet you do like watching guys bounce on things. Maria said, you? Space? He won't even get on a plane, but he'll go to space.
I've never had a reason to get on a plane. I didn't say
It's
I
just
would.
Derry said, when your dog wakes up, can you please tell your dog that I say hello? Watch this. Okay. Come here. Listen, look up here. It's just Derry said, hey.
He said, I bow to you.
Yep. Can you give howdy? Give howdy. Yes, it's trick time. I know you just woke up. Howdy. Nope. Right, sit. Sit. Sit down. Sit down. Sit.
He's got a young.
Sit. Not shit. Sit. You fucking bum. I was gonna give you a treat, but you ain't getting shit now.
He's gonna come over and lean on me.
Okay.
Good.
Jane said, get on a plane. Maria said, just go to sleep. Ryan said, need to take the shocks off the rear and pump the brake during the burnout and see if you can hop it. That'd be funny. Except we have no brakes on the rear. Maria said, you know you should try a plane for at least once.
If I had somewhere to go, I probably
Listen,
would.
I'd fly to South Dakota to go see Steven. Madison said, when he retires, he's game. Someone get the shrooms.
I'll tell you what, when I retire, I'm definitely gonna try that brain game, that the blue, what do you call it? The chewing gum that helps your brain.
Alpha Brain.
Yeah, I will try that when I retire.
Jane said Justin's mustache was doing the same thing last week. Brian said I have shrooms.
Did y'all see me fucked up?
Yeah, I've seen you whenever you took one of my damn oxycodone. About fell off the back of a fucking golf cart. Yeah, your ass can't handle shit like that. Half Hawk said life is like a box of chocolate, but for some reason I got the gross dark chocolate with the orange flavor in the middle. That sounds
Oh, that is some nasty. That's about the nastiest candy they got.
Boggy said, and you don't share, Ryan? He offered. Ryan said, got them holed up for a sugar special occasion. Or super special occasion. Maria said, people go for no reason. You don't have a reason to go. You just go if you want to.
Where would I go?
South Dakota. Hell, if you want to go to California, so about get on the plane and fly out there. We can be back on the weekend.
Look, I can't get you to go down the fucking road. I don't want to hear it. I've tried to get you to go somewhere, and you're always, oh, wait till I come home. Wait till we got money. Wait till we got what?
Daryl said Tanya's first flight will be to SEMA this year. Wow. Madison said, haha. Ryan said, what's funny is I've had a half ounce in deep freeze for like 2 years.
I think.
Hawk said, but I really did just donate that $400 to charity. Thanks for the inspiration, y'all. I hope you did. I hope you're not blowing smoke up my ass, because I hope you're not a smoke machine.
He said he was a man of his word.
Boggy said, Mac, what's the post you sent me? Facebook still hates me. Maria said, don't talk to him like that. He's going to piss himself. Apparently I was talking to Kane Mean.
No.
Daryl said, a skyline. Maria said, just go anywhere. Go to China. Don't you have to have like a passport for that? I don't have a passport. Neither does he. Do you have a passport?
Mine's expired.
I don't even have a passport. Just Darius said, oh, just a good and sweet dog. What a beautiful dog. Well, thank you. He's a 1.5-year-old puppy. Jane said, half Hawk, what charity? Madison said, the blue pill. LOL.
No, I don't need the blue pill.
Maria said, Chinese people like white men. They'll make you their new king. I've heard that whenever women went to China, like really for the first time with blonde hair and all, they like freaked out because everybody has black hair. Because China was closed off to the rest of the world for so long. About like North Korea. Darren said, I worked in Charlotte years ago at Page's Sales and on Verban Street. I was living in West Virginia. I worked 8 hours and drove 4 up and 4 down. I spent 16 to 18 hours on the road every day.
Wow.
F that. Boggy said, Madison said, I've seen him on that stuff for the dentist. Yeah, no kidding. Maria said, okay, bye. Bye, Maria. Have a good night.
See you, Maria.
Daryl said, it was between that and the bug she got the bug. Gotcha. Half Hawk said, I used to be indecisive. Now I don't think I'm quite sure anymore. Boggy said, if I was her, I'd get the skyline. Nikita said, cap. Fact. Maria said, you don't have a passport? Why do I need a passport? You don't need one to go between states. Ryan said, nah. Pump the front brake so the back end hops around. BRB, I'm going to find a clip. Okay. Jane said, why did you have a passport, Pops? Long story. Daryl says, she loves the bug, and it's really nice, too. Buggy said, what Skyline is the R series, or is it the one of them oldie grandma Skylines? Lotus said, what's up? What up, Lotus?
Hello, Lotus.
Boggy said, yo, Lotus. Jane said, you have to get the special driver's license to get on a plane now. Yep, the real ID. Guess what I don't have? That. Lotus said 94 to 99 is the R32. Daryl said red line. Maria said, you're American. The American passport is the best thing about being American.
What? Well, I mean,
You can basically travel anywhere you want.
Oh.
You don't have to have like special permits and shit. You just freaking go.
Oh.
Lotus said, what up, Boggy? What up, Daryl? Hi, Jane. Hi, Maria. Hi, Madison. Hi, Hugh. Daryl said 2007. Daryl said Lotus. Jane. Madison said, hey, Lotus. Hugh said, hello, Lotus. Oh, Vinny got deleted. Good job. Dumbass. What was he doing? Oh. Team Richard said, hi, what's up? Gold medal winner, Richard.
Hello, Richard.
Jane said, hi, Lotus. Hugh said, real ID, not a fake ID. Oh, my bad. Jane said, hi, Daryl. Half Hawk said, my favorite charity is called Jesse Tree, it's a 501c nonprofit in Idaho that prevents working family homelessness and eviction by providing emergency rental assistance. You know, I hope that's like, whenever I hear nonprofit and charity, I generally get a bad taste in my mouth. But I hope they do what they're supposed to. Because they say like every dollar donated, they might get a cent sent to who needs to be sending it. Hugh said, hello, Richard. Richard said, hit the like button. I would appreciate it. Jane said, did you get a bug for Ty, Daniel? Lotus said, I have a travel license. I'm not driving.
People, 43 thumbs up.
I'm not driving. I'm traveling. Maria said, like when I want to go to Japan, I have to pay an extra $300 for visa, but you only pay for the plane ticket. Oh, and Vincent was hidden. Good job. You got hidden for how long, and then you... Nope. It was a different one with this. It was the same dumbass. Whatever. Half Hawk said, I just gave him $400 thanks to y'all. Well, hey, no, that's thanks to you. Daryl said she bought it, Jane. Boggy said Lotus, no, 80-something to 93 was the R32. No, Lotus can't be wrong. Come on now. Daryl said, now I'm selling the Honda. Madison said, I want to go on a cruise. Oh, here we go.
I'm with Madison on that one.
Richard said Hugh with the thumbs up and a smiley face. Hugh said, yeah, the CEOs and get most of the money. Yeah, that's the sad part. And there's people that need help that can't get help, and people that don't need help get help. Boggy said, I want to go to the movies. Lotus said, yeah, you're right. 94 to 98 was the R33. Snowdy said, constitutional law, section 329, page 1135. Okay. It's just there. He said, okay, you guys have a good and nice evening. Your dad looks like a little tired. We got 5 minutes left, but hey, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Hope you have a wonderful night, dearie. Ryan said, I can't find it, LOL. John Jones said, mouth hugs. Open mouth hugs with tongue. Jane said, take care, Dara. Levi said, hi, I was here a few days ago.
Hello.
Well, welcome back. Lotus said, I can be. It happens once every 20 years or so. Gotcha. Ryan said, welcome back, Levi. Boggy said, hey, R33s were cool, though, brother. Lotus said, sup, Ryan. Daryl said, burnout contest at Shady Bowl this year, guys. Cool. Hugh said, this punk has a bunch of accounts. Yeah. Lotus said, R33 is the one you want. Ryan said, hey, Lotus, I'm chilling, lol. Half Hawk said, why couldn't the baby Jesus be born in North Carolina? Because they couldn't find 3 wise men or a virgin. Nope. Well, John Jones got deleted. Oh. And then Jane says, lol. Lotus said, chilling like a villain. Yep. Man. These people are 12 minutes late to the live tonight, causing issues. Like a bunch of bad boys.
What is it, 1:45?
No, it's 7:57.
Oh, they're a little late.
That's what I just said. Boggy said the rat wanted a R32. I'm not going to judge, though. We'll go ahead and set that up. Oh. Yeah, this dude just has like 15 channels. Huh. Cool. Fucking loser. Hazel said ice cream, man.
Ice cream.
Half Hawk said, why do they sell so many butterfly jeans or buttonfly jeans in North Carolina? Because their sheep can hear that zipper a mile away. Thought it was my sister. I rap said, I don't want to be here, then scroll on. Ryan said, what a loser. No kidding. Jane said, wow, the idiot's coming in late. Yeah, they late. Lotus said, 32 looks like the 240SX. Boggy said, I'm a loser. Trust. Ryan said, I have such dedication to heckling people. It's impressive. Madison said, same guy, different channels. I know. Cowgirl Wyoming said, I just talked about it earlier. I saw that Nintendo released the Fire Red Leaf Green version on the Nintendo Switch. I used to play a bunch of Call of Duty, Halo, and Battlefield back in the day, but I don't have a lot of time to do that stuff anymore. How about yourself?
No, Hazel, he has hidden it again.
I have not hidden it. I do not know where you put it. I have not known where you put it since the last time you sprayed me. Hugh said, I just reported him for sexual abuse. Hugh, he's got like 7 channels. That's the only problem. Hazel said, Pops, did you find the spray bottle? Nope. I don't even know where the damn thing is. He sprayed me the last time and I haven't seen it. Ryan said, some. Some will make you dumb so you can have none. Yeah.
Which it don't matter.
Hugh said, hey, Pops, back in, reported him before you hit him. Well, thank you. Boggy said, I thought you didn't like Pokemon, Randy. No, I like Pokemon, Boggy. I don't know who told you that.
I don't.
Half Hawk said, what does a girl from the Greensboro do if she's not in bed by 10 p.m.? Go home. Lotus said, just put premium in my car. I'm ready to party. Hope you got a good clutch in it. Ryan said, lol. Nah, Randy likes Pokemon. Yeah, I like Pokemon.